Hi everybody, it's me, Black Sheep Girl. I wanted to make a new video about septo optic dysplasia. I talked more about my home environment, I guess, in the other video. And I thought I would talk more about just my septo optic dysplasia. The problems that I have, I don't know, is this because of septo optic dysplasia or not? I mean, some things I can say yes, I do know, but some things I don't, okay? So let me just start with my brain. People that have septo optic dysplasia, a lot of people would rather call it optic nerve hypoplasia, but I think that's more what affects your eyes than your brain, but that's just my opinion. But growing up, that's what I always heard, septo optic dysplasia, so that's what I call it. It also used to be called Demartier syndrome. I just wanted to tell you that I had problems from when I was born, even till today, but my dad saw one of the babies turning blue, and he told the nurse. The nurse went to check, and here it was me. At 2.5, I was sleeping a long time. My mom thought that maybe I had a cold or something and let me sleep longer, but then when she wanted to get me up, I wouldn't wake up, and then I started having convulsions once we got in the car, or maybe before we got in the car. Now, they took me to Children's Hospital, and I could have died, but that's when they found out that I needed Cortef. So I take that. And then I also got growth hormone around that time too, sometime around that time as well. And my parents had to learn how to give me shots. I'm sure it's difficult to give a 2.5-year-old or whatever shots. My aunt told me that one of the side effects is arthritis. And I had problems when I was little with my eyes, trying to look straight like I am now was not something I could do. For me to look at this phone, I'd have to turn my head this way and turn my eye this way. So I would be like this and turning my eye in the corner. But then they did an operation on my eyes that helped me so I can look straight forward. I don't think I was in the hospital after age 8 until I was 12, and I had to go in the hospital to get some teeth pulled for my braces. But I did have to go to Children's Hospital twice a year, and I'd get my checkups every 6 months. And one time I'd go and get my blood drawn, the next time I'd go and get my wrist x-rayed. And frankly, this is my opinion, I don't think x-rays are good for people to be getting them all the time. I mean, you can cause a lot of problems with you. But that's how they were checking my growth. But I guess they could have checked it in other ways, but that was, I guess there's a growth plate there, I'm not sure, but so that's what they did. I had problems when I was little with my eyes, trying to look straight like I am now was not something I could do. For me to look at this phone, I'd have to turn my head this way and turn my eye this way. So I would be like this and turning my eye in the corner. But then they did an operation on my eyes that helped me. I can look straight forward. I know that I did visit the hospital different times. I know one time, I believe I was in 2nd grade, I was in the hospital because they were concerned about the growth hormone. I can't remember. So that's when I got switched to synthetic growth hormone. But I know that I gained a lot of weight when I was in 2nd grade, and I wasn't, overweight, I don't think, until 2nd grade. And then they did try to put me on a diet. But I had to do it by myself. My family didn't do it. My mom said she tried to talk my dad into doing it, and he wasn't interested. But I'm not going to go further into that because that's family-related stuff, which probably doesn't really have anything to do with That's why I have some of the problems I have, I guess, maybe, like with food. I'm sure it is the reason why I have some food issues, but at the same time, I guess in this video I'd rather keep out the family stuff. I'm just enjoying a nice stroll toward the one side of the plaza. It's lovely. Such a lovely day anyway. So when I was 12, a couple of things happened. Yeah, I was about 12 or 13 or so. But the one thing was I had to get my teeth out for my braces because I had a very crowded mouth. Also, when I was 12, I was at the doctor's, and the doctor said that my thyroid function was borderline for some time, and that they felt that it was at the point where they needed to put me on medication. So not only did I have to take Cortef, or also it's known by cortisone, hydrocortisone, I also had to take medication for hypothyroidism. That's when you have a slow thyroid, it's not running as optimally as it should be. So, but anyway, can you hear the train? Started on some thyroid hormone replacement, and I was hoping they would wait longer to see what would happen, because sometimes you can do natural things to help pick up your thyroid. But anyway, I did have a time that I heard the doctor talking to my parents, and they said something like how different that I am or something. I don't remember, but when I heard that, it just gave me a huge blow to my confidence level. It was like sucking somebody in the stomach, I wish I hadn't been listening at the door, but I was. Because I think I was pretty confident when I was younger. Of course, due to other things that happened in my family and stuff, that definitely gave me some big blows to my confidence level. But anyway, hello. So, but anyway, here comes the bus. It's not mine though, but anyway. So, anyway, just wanted to tell you that, despite whatever you're dealing with in life, I'm giving you things that happen. Like I had to be in a room for a while when I was about 6 or 7, or I don't know. But I had to be, because I had surgery on my eye when I was about 6. Eyes when I was about 6. Yeah, I had to have surgery on my eyes when I was about 6. But so I was also in the hospital for them checking the growth hormone and seeing what's going on and stuff, because they were concerned, like I said earlier, I thought it was something about anthrax being in there or something. So that's when they put me on synthetic growth hormone. But no matter what, if it's you or your child or grandchild, niece, nephew, friend, no matter what you or they go through, You know, don't let it stop you or them from having the dreams that they have, you know. If they have big dreams, well, encourage them to do whatever it is. If they want to do something, encourage them. Don't say, oh, you can't see, you shouldn't do that. You know, you can't see that good, you shouldn't do that. Or, well, you have this problem or that problem. I mean, okay, there are things within reason that wouldn't be good for people to do, like somebody who's blind. It wouldn't be good for them to drive a car. But, you know what I'm saying? But, anyway, after they did the surgery when I was about 6 or so, it definitely did help, because, you know, then I could face straight ahead and look. Because I distinctly remember a time when I was about 4 or 5, my mother said, look at me, and I was doing this with my eye this way, and saying, I am. She said, look at me, and I said, I am. So that was hard to, you know, sometimes I wish my parents would have let me, sometimes I wish they hadn't done the surgery, but, well, sometimes I'm happy that they did the surgery. I think overall it was a good thing. Oh, pardon me. Oh, I gotta go this way. Anyway, so I just wanted to tell you that, you know, honestly, you know, I can talk about some things that I find that I deal with. You know, for example, perhaps I am not as mature as other people. I mean, they used to say that all the time when I was a kid, and it drove me crazy because, you know, I was just doing the best I could. And if I was being stupid or childish or whatever, well, you know, if you have a condition that causes you, like, that you're not quite as, you know, grown up as you're supposed to be, quote unquote, well, that doesn't mean you're bad. And it was always turned up in my face about when she's more mature, da-da-da-da, you know. I don't know. It just hurts when people say things like that, you know. I mean, I would like to be like, quote, everybody else, unquote. I would like to be like everybody else. I feel so different than other people most of the time. I feel like okay, this is what I told my mom one time. I feel like a square peg in a round peg world. A square peg can fit in a square hole, but not a round hole. But a round peg could fit in a round hole and a square hole. I feel like a square peg in a round peg world. And I just do. And, you know, people say that a few people, this one girl told me that I have funny speech patterns or something like that. Like different, she said I had different speech patterns or something like that. And I don't know what she meant by that. I don't know if she was trying to imply that I sound like I have some kind of issue or something. I don't know. But number one, people aren't normal as we think. You know, they all have their little quirks. Everyone has their little quirks. It's just some people show up more, and some people more easily, quote, conform, unquote. Yes, I know a quote thing drives me nuts, but that's just, I don't know. Some people, they conform more than other people do, and that's just the way life is. Doesn't mean I like it, but, you know, yeah. But that just means that that's how it is. I mean, honestly, I just feel like I struggle to not stand out, to be like a sore thumb. I struggle to, quote, fit in. I never used to be like that. In first grade, well, second grade, I went to a different school, but kindergarten, first grade, third grade, and then I had to repeat third grade over because I had confidence in third grade, the first year, third grade, second year, third grade, I felt so ashamed. I had to repeat it just because my teacher didn't feel like I was at the right reading level. My dad said, let her go until she flunks. If she doesn't flunk, she's fine. My mom agreed with the teacher, so I got held back. Don't ever treat them as if they're different. Don't ever do that. Don't ever treat them as if they're different, because that's the worst thing you can do. And don't treat them just treat them like you would anybody. You know, just because somebody's blind or has some eye problems, or maybe has some learning issues or whatever, does not mean you should treat them any different. You know, yes, they gotta get some extra help, sure, but it doesn't mean you have to treat them any different. That's my issue. You know, doctors and other people can do a whole lot to damage somebody's confidence. And I'm not talking about self-esteem. I'm talking about just confidence. In the Bible, the Lord says He'll be our confidence. I just want to be treated like everybody else. You know, once people find out I have a disability, even a small one, because I consider mine very small, because I have a normal vision as far as my acuity, and then my field is, well, I see like my finger a little bit there, and the farther out might be a little bit better the farther out it goes, but honestly, it's hard, like, to always have to prove yourself to people. Always have to prove yourself, you know, and for people not to take me seriously, it drives me crazy. And you think that your family would be the ones who will take you seriously and treat you just like anybody else, but that's not how it works in my family. That's not how it's worked in my family. I know my parents were young, and I was born in the 70s where they didn't have that much information about that stuff. But that doesn't mean that you treat people differently. But like I said, at the same time, you don't say, oh, you can do whatever you want, drive a car. If you can't see anything, there's a difference. But don't tell people, oh, well, you will never be able to do that. You're not disciplined enough. You don't know how to do that right. You can't, you know, whatever. And so here are some things that I really like. And it might seem childish or stupid or weird, but this is me, and maybe you agree, and maybe you don't. I think we should just let people be who they are, but anyway. I know it's stupid sometimes, but anyway. I liked a lot of kids' toys. I don't have a bunch at home that I play with or anything, but when I go to a store that has toys, I tend to gravitate over there. I like to mimic things. I like things that make sounds and stuff, but bright lights bother me, like the glare from the lights bother me a lot. That's just how it is. As the older I get, it's been like that for a long time. The older I get, the worse it gets. So, but I just want you to know that you can, even if you have what people consider quirky traits or quirky ways. I also imitate things that I like or things that I don't like. Well, she didn't see this one up there, but she probably wouldn't want this. Anyway, I saw this white one that has black. I decided to get that because I bought a white one with black, but I can't find it anywhere. So, and I have this one, but I don't know if I want something like these patterns because I don't know what's in the patterns. So, this one is good with my colors. What do you think? That goes good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I buy these, but then I lose them. I don't know if I throw them away by accident or I put them somewhere, you know, I don't know where they are, so I have to buy some. Plus, they get old after a while from being worn a lot. You know, I wear the same one over and over a couple of times sometimes, or for a week I might wear the same one. Then you tie it and put it in a real tight knot, then you wear it and slip it on, slip it off, hold on, pull it on, pull it on, slip it off, you know, hold on, hold it off. But anyway, I like to hum a lot. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved to hum. I love to sing. I love music. I played the flute when I was in high school and even after, and in elementary school. I played the flute in elementary school, 5th grade, 6th grade. I played it in junior high, 7th and 8th. I played it in high school, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I was in the high school marching band, and I was in the junior high marching band, and I think we even did march in the parade one time when I was in 5th or 6th grade or both. So, you know, you can do things, and you don't have to feel like you can't. I even saw on TV a marching band that was, well, the people in it were blind, and they still did it. So, people always want to say, oh, you shouldn't do that. What do you want to do that for? But maybe it's because they think they couldn't do it. I don't know. But sometimes I wish people just wouldn't do that. I'm not saying I never did it, because I'm sure I have. But yeah, I like to mimic things. I've always had a really good long-term memory, and I think I used to have a better short-term memory. Growth hormone, one of the side effects is arthritis. Well, I have that. I've had it since I was 20-something, at least. My mom says that she thinks I had it starting in my teenage years. Well, I found out when I was 24 that they told me I had DJD, which is, it stands for degenerative joint disease. I know that they did different x-rays. My back was blocking up and stuff. I did have a problem. I didn't take my cortisone like I was supposed to for some period of time. I probably didn't take my cortisone regularly for at least a year or more. And, oh, there's the bus. And I ended up with a crisis, and I had to be in the hospital.